The girl who survived the ocean. In 1961, a cargo ship was sailing through the Caribbean Sea when one of the sailors noticed something floating in the distance. At first he thought it was just a piece of driftwood, but as the ship got closer, everyone on board was shocked. It was an 11-year-old girl, sunburned, weak, barely conscious. No one could understand how a young girl had ended up completely alone in the middle of the ocean. This is the true story of Terry Jo Dupuy. In 1961, Terry Jo went on what seemed like a dream vacation with her family. Her father, Arthur Dupuy, was a doctor. Her mother was Jean Dupuy. She also had a brother named Brian and a younger sister named Renee. The family decided to take a sailing trip through the Caribbean Sea. They rented a beautiful yacht called Bluebell. The captain of the yacht was Julian Harvey. At first, everything seemed perfect. The weather was beautiful. The sea was calm. The children played and enjoyed every moment. The family was happy for several days. The trip went smoothly. Terry Jo loved the ocean. Every morning, she would wake up and watch the sunrise. She believed it was the most wonderful vacation of her life. But on the night of November 12, 1961, everything changed. Late that night, Terry Jo suddenly woke up. She heard strange noises coming from above deck. Slowly, she got out of bed and made her way upstairs. She had no idea that the next few minutes would change her life forever. When she reached the deck, something felt terribly wrong. The atmosphere was tense. The yacht was unusually quiet. She could not see her family anywhere. Later investigations revealed that Captain Julian Harvey and his wife, Mary Harvey, had been involved in a serious argument. The situation had quickly spiraled out of control. Terry Jo became frightened. She did not understand what was happening. Harvey told her to go back below deck. Confused and scared, she obeyed, but she couldn't stop wondering where her family was. After some time, she came back up. This time, things were even worse. The yacht seemed almost empty. Water was beginning to enter the vessel. Terry Jo realized that something was terribly wrong. Bluebell was sinking. Panic spread through her mind. She looked around desperately, hoping to find her parents or siblings, but there was no sign of them. Julian Harvey was preparing a lifeboat. He appeared focused only on saving himself. A short time later, Harvey left in the lifeboat. Terry Jo was left behind, completely alone. The yacht continued sinking. The dark ocean surrounded her from every direction. Then she spotted a small cork float. Without hesitation, she grabbed it tightly. Moments later, Bluebell disappeared beneath the waves. The yacht was gone. Now only Terry Jo and her tiny float remained. The first morning arrived. The sun rose over the endless ocean. For the first time, Terry Jo fully understood her situation. She was completely alone in the middle of the sea. No food, no water, no map, no compass, no way to call for help. She scanned the horizon again and again. She hoped a ship would appear, but nothing came. The entire day passed. The hot sun burned her skin. Her lips became dry and cracked. Her body grew weaker. Still, she refused to let go of the float. Night arrived. The ocean became darker and more frightening. The waves rocked her endlessly, yet she held on. She wanted to live. The second day began. Her thirst became unbearable. Her eyes hurt. Her strength continued to fade, but she refused to give up hope. She kept looking toward the horizon. Every minute she believed rescue might come. Every minute she waited, but no ship appeared. Hours turned into another day. Then came the third day. By now, she was extremely weak. She drifted in and out of consciousness. The scorching sun and harsh conditions had nearly broken her body, but not her spirit. She continued fighting. She continued surviving, hour after hour, wave after wave. Then, after approximately 84 hours at sea, a miracle happened. A cargo ship happened to be passing through the area. One of the sailors noticed something floating in the distance. At first, he assumed it was debris. But as the ship moved closer, the crew realized the truth. It was a little girl, weak, sunburned, exhausted, but alive. The sailors immediately rescued her. They brought her aboard the ship. They gave her water. Medical treatment began immediately. Against all odds, Terry Jo had survived. As investigators later examined the tragedy, serious questions arose about Julian Harvey's story. His statements contained numerous contradictions. Authorities became increasingly suspicious about what had happened aboard Bluebell. Not long afterward, Harvey was found dead in a motel room. He had taken his own life. Because of this, the full case never went to trial. However, investigators believed he was responsible for the tragedy aboard Bluebell. Terry Jo was the only survivor of her family. Despite experiencing unimaginable loss, she eventually rebuilt her life. She grew up, she got married, she started a family of her own. Years later, she shared her incredible story with the world. Today, her survival remains one of the most remarkable ocean survival stories ever recorded. 84 hours, no food, no water, alone in the open ocean. Yet, an 11-year-old girl refused to give up. Sometimes the greatest human strength is not power, it is hope.